What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing my mock draft for the 2023 NFL draft, as I only wanted to do one of these this year because it gets, it just gets repetitive and it just becomes a guessing game if you do multiple. I should have probably done two now that I think back at it, but given that the New York Giants, the team I cover most on this channel, were so good this season, I didn't really look too much into the draft until the conference championship games, so it's really exciting, and I'm really excited for it tonight. But this will be my first mock draft, and it's probably more accurate than any other mock draft will be, in terms of if I would have done it weeks ago. But it should be an exciting night. There should be a lot of trades. I tried to take it easy with the trades, and I just did two. But without further ado, let's get into the mock draft. At number one, I got the Carolina Panthers taking Bryce Young, quarterback from Alabama. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. They traded up to get that pick, and I believe, I believe that's kind of the route that this is going to go here. I think everyone kind of thinks that, and I think Bryce Young is going to be a member of the Carolina Panthers tonight. I think he's going to go first overall. And number two, I got the Indianapolis Colts trading up with the Houston Texans. I think the Texans move back. I don't see them taking a quarterback tonight. Maybe that's a hot take, maybe not, but that's what how I kind of see this playing out. I think the Colts come up and they take their guy, and I think their guy is Anthony Richardson. I think they take the quarterback out of Florida. I think they come up to number two, and I think they take him there. And then at number three, I see another trade. I think Vegas comes up with Arizona. I think Arizona moves back. Of course, they have Kyler Murray. That's their guy. I think the Raiders come up to number three, and they draft C.J. Stroud, the quarterback out of Ohio State. C.J. Stroud's very good. I think those are the top three quarterbacks. I really, don't really see any other way around that. I think those are the top three QBs that go tonight. And then number four, with the Houston Texans pick after they trade with the Colts, I think they're going to take Will Anderson Jr. I think the edge rusher out of Alabama will be the first defensive player taken off the board tonight in the draft. That's just how I see it playing out. And, of course, this is what I think is going to happen. It's not what I think teams should do. It's what I think will end up happening. At number five overall, I got the Seattle Seahawks taking Jalen Carter, the defensive lineman from Georgia. I think he's one of the best players in this draft. He was rumored to be going first overall. Then, of course, he had that whole, legal case and all that stuff happened with him. But I think tonight he goes top five. I think he goes to the Seattle Seahawks at number five. And then at six, I think the Detroit Lions take the first cornerback off the board, Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. Solid player, really, really good skill set. I think he's going to be the number one corner tonight. A lot of people are saying Devin Witherspoon. I think Christian Gonzalez is that guy. I think he's going to go, I think he's going to go sixth overall to the Detroit Lions. And then at number seven, the Cardinals. Of course, we know that they, in this mock, they traded back to 7 with the Raiders. I think they take Tyree Wilson, the Texas Tech edge rusher here with that pick. I think that would make sense for them. They need an edge rusher, kind of strengthen up that defense. Of course, they'd probably trade DeAndre Hopkins tonight. Maybe they can find a way to get a late first-round pick. I don't think they'll be able to get that out of D-Hop, but we'll see what happens. I think they strengthen up that defense, though, and take Tyree Wilson, the edge, out of Texas Tech. At number 8 overall, I see the first wide receiver taken off the board. That is Ohio State's Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think he is the first wide receiver tonight. 8 might be a little early, but I think the Falcons kind of need some weapons. They want to build around Desmond Ridder. I think they really need to add some weapons, and JSN is a serious weapon. I think he goes number 8 to the Falcons, and then number 9, the Bears have no choice but to go offensive line. I think they got to protect Justin Fields if they want him to be the guy for a long time. They go with the Northwestern tackle, Peter Skoronski. I think he's the best tackle in this draft. I think it's pretty close between him and Paris Johnson, but it is a pretty good tackle class. I know it's there's no guy that's going to go in the top 3 or 5, but I still think it's pretty damn good. I see Skoronski going 9 to the Bears, and then at 10, I really hope I'm wrong because I really like Bijan Robinson, but I think the Eagles at number 10 snag him. The running back out of Texas. It is early for a running back, so that's the only, I guess, kind of upside to it, I guess, if there could be upside to it. But I really do see Robinson becoming a Philadelphia Eagle here tonight at the draft. Then at number 11, the Tennessee Titans. I think they do take a quarterback. I think that's going to be Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. I think he's the 4th quarterback to go tonight. And I think it is outside the top 10, unless the Titans trade up because they, fear that someone maybe tries to come up and snag him. Maybe they, are scared of that and they decide to take, trade up and take Will Levis. But I think they stay put at 11. I don't think there's any need to trade up. I think Levis will tonight go to the Tennessee Titans at number 11, and then at 12. We saw already a defensive pick by the Texans, and I think if there's no JSN on the board, I don't think they, reach. I don't know if it is a reach, but I don't think they're going to take a wide receiver. I think they go Devin Witherspoon, the cornerback out of Illinois. A lot of people think he's the best corner in the class. And a lot of people also don't think he gets to 12. I think if he does get to 12, I think the Texans will snag him and double down, here on the defensive side of the football. And then at 13, the Green Bay Packers, I think they go edge out of Iowa, Lucas Van Ness. I'm not super high on him. I think he's a good player. I just don't know if he's a, front end of the first round pick. But maybe the Packers do. I see him going high in a lot of mocks, and I hear that the Packers are high on him, so I got them going with him here. And then at 14, the Patriots need a corner, and they could get a pretty good one here. Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State's really good. I think that's the route they take here. The Patriots need a corner. Joey Porter is a pretty damn good corner. He's a good prospect out of Penn State. I really like him, and I think that's the route that they take here at 14. At 15, I got the New York Jets taking a tackle to protect their new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. I think they go with the Ohio State's Paris Johnson Jr. I think he's a really good tackle. If he's not the best, he's definitely the second best in my opinion. I think him and Skoronski are the 2 best tackles in the class. I think they're the 2 best offensive linemen. I think that's pretty popular. That's a pretty popular opinion. I think that's the route that the Jets take here. I think they protect Aaron Rodgers, their new quarterback, by getting Paris Johnson Jr. And then at 16, I think the Washington Commanders go corner. That's probably their biggest need right now. Deonte Banks out of Maryland, great player. A lot of people are really high on him. 16 might be early for him. In my opinion, it is. But I think with how things go, I think if Porter Jr. is not there, maybe they could trade back. There might be teams like the Giants who want to, maybe come up and jump all those teams that might be taking a wide receiver and take their wide receiver. Who knows? But if they stay here, which I think they will, I think they go Deonte Banks and they stick with the corner Maryland, corner Deonte Banks to the Commanders at 16. And then at 17, Myles Murphy to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the edge rusher out of Clemson. I really like Myles Murphy, and I think this takes me into my next pick, Nolan Smith out of Georgia, the edge rusher. I think he goes to the Lions, but I think whichever one goes first, the other goes second. So if the Steelers take Nolan Smith at 17, Myles Murphy will go 18. I think those are the 2 guys there with that pick. I think, in my opinion, it'll be Murphy then Smith. Maybe it'll be Smith then Murphy. We'll have to see tonight. And then at 19, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go with a tackle, Broderick Jones out of Georgia. I think they need to go offensive line, and I think they will do that because I think there will be one available. That'll be Broderick Jones. I think that's who the Buccaneers take here tonight. At number 20, I got the Seattle Seahawks going with Jordan Addison, the wide receiver out of USC. I think they go defense, and then offense, I think they go defense with their 5th pick. And then at 20, I think they take a wide receiver. Maybe not, though. They have a couple good wide receivers. Maybe they double down on defense, but I think they go wide receiver because Jordan Addison's a really good player. I think that's who they take here at number 20. And then at 21, this is where I kind of start to see wide receivers going. 21, I think the Chargers go Zay Flowers, the Boston College wide receiver. And then at 22, I think the Ravens go with the wide receiver out of TCU, Quentin Johnson. A lot of people thought he was going to be the number 1 receiver a few months ago, maybe in December. Now he's fallen down. Some people even have him going in round 2. I don't think he goes to round 2.
I think he's a really good player. I think they team him up with OBJ and Lamar, who just signed his extension in Baltimore at 23. I think the Vikings go Emmanuel Forbes. They need a corner. The Mississippi State corner is good. I think they go with Emmanuel Forbes there. Brian Branch, I think he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars at 24, the Alabama safety. I really like him. But safety, the Giants don't really need a safety. And then the Giants pick. I think they go at 25 with who's on the board. I think they go Osiris Torrance, the interior offensive lineman out of Florida. I think he's the first offensive lineman that is not a tackle to go in this year's draft. I really do think that he will be, I think he's far and away the best interior offensive lineman in this class out of Florida. And I think that's just where the Giants go if, all the wide receivers are gone and the corners are gone. I see them going with this route here. At 26, the disgusting Dallas Cowboys. I think they go with the Notre Dame tight end. I think he's the first tight end to go in this draft class. It's Michael Mayer. I think they replaced Dalton Schultz. I think they need a tight end, and I think they're going to get a pretty good one here in Mayer. I think he goes 26. The Bills at 27, this is kind of a reach, but I feel like they're going to take a linebacker. And I think Jack Campbell is going to be the first linebacker to go in this year's draft out of Iowa. I personally like Trent Simpson better, but I think they really like Jack Campbell. I think the Bills go with the Iowa linebacker at 27. And then at 28, the Bengals, I think they get Joe Burrow some protection. I think they go Darnell Wright, the offensive tackle out of Tennessee. At 29, the New Orleans Saints, I think they go Kalijah Kancey, the defensive lineman out of Pittsburgh. I think he's a good player. I think they beef up that D-line. They add to what they already have there with Kancey out of Pittsburgh. The Eagles at 30, after taking Bijan Robinson, I think they go Brian Bresee, the defensive lineman out of Clemson. A lot of people thought he would go earlier than 30, and then he started to kind of keep falling, and I think he makes it all the way to 30, and I think the Eagles snag him there. And then the final pick in the first round tonight, of course, there is only 31 picks because the Dolphins had to forfeit their first-round pick this year. I think the Kansas City Chiefs add to their offensive line. I think they take tackle Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma. They, of course, lost Orlando Brown, and I think that they take a tackle here, Anton Harrison, at 31. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on my mock draft for the year. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm really excited for tonight, and I will have a video out tonight on who the Giants select at 25. I'm really excited for tonight. You guys enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you think about my mock draft? Let me know all the good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys new. See you guys all in the next video, and let's go Giants. Enjoy the draft tonight.